Good morning, students. So today we will study the noun and numbers. In previous lecture we have studied what is noun. You are aware what is noun. Noun is the name of a person, place, an animal and things. But today we will study about numbers. Number means our noun is singular or it is plural. This we will discuss in this video. So the first is singular noun. Now what is singular noun? You have studied in lower classes, but as the name indicates, singular means akela. So singular noun refers to one person or thing. That means when we are talking about only one person or a one thing, that is known as singular noun. For example, doll. Here we are talking about one doll, one baby, one boy. That comes under the category of singular noun. Then the second one is the plural noun. Refers to more than one person or thing. For example, dolls. When we are talking about more dolls, more than one doll, we use S to make it plural. So here comes the dolls, babies, boys. So children, when we talk about only one noun or one thing, we use as is a singular, and when we are talking about more than one, it becomes a plural. Clear? Now, the second thing, as we discussed in the second chapter, countable and uncountable noun. Countable, what does it mean? What does name suggest? Count means to make the counting. We can count something in number 1, 2, 3. So countable nouns, things we can count. If there are many chairs, we can count it 1 chair, 2 chair, 3 chair, 4 chair. So that becomes a countable noun. And uncountable noun, the things we cannot count. For example, if I am having a water, we can count water, 1 water, 2 water, 3 water. No, we cannot count the water. But we can count 2 buckets of water. At that time, we are counting the bucket, not the water. While the water is in the bucket, but we are counting bucket. We are not counting water. Like milk, we are saying that 1 liter of milk. Here we are not counting the milk. So like the same way, sugar, oil, this way. So the noun or a thing which we can count comes under the countable noun, and the things we cannot count comes under uncountable nouns. Now tell me, we can make the plural of countable nouns, we can make the plural of uncountable nouns, we can make the plural of both the nouns? No. जब हम इसको count ही नहीं कर सकते तो how we can make the plural? And countable nouns को when we can count, we make it plural. Like chair and chairs. We can count the chair. But we can't make water, waters. Because we can't count water. So this is clear. Singular noun refers to one person or thing. Plural noun refers to more than one person or thing. Countable nouns which we can count. Uncountable nouns which we cannot count. Now this is. Now I will explain you how to form plural and singular nouns. So that is clear, singular, plural. Now how we have to change a singular into plural. There are some rules. So we will study this formation of plurals. If our noun is a simple word, we can make it plural by adding S. Okay? Simple, we have to write S at the end. For example, eyes, girl, girls. This is the first rule and it is the commonmost rule. Second, ending with the hissing sound. If your noun end with the hissing sound, for the words like S, SS, H, SH and CH also, at the end we are getting hissing sound. At the time we have to end the word with ES. For example, X. So here we are getting the hissing sound X. So in this case we have to write ES to make it plural. Another word, dress. Again we are getting hissing indicated in the rule. So we have to write ES and it will become dresses. Clear? Now the third rule. If your noun ends in Y, for example story, city, there are many. If your noun ends in Y, that means the last word is Y, but there are two cases. Ending with a Y, but before the Y, if you are having the consonant, you all know what are consonant? We are having 5 vowels and the rest are consonants. So if your noun ends with Y, having consonant just before the Y, if it is consonant like S, H, P, like this, at that case, we will remove this Y. What we will do? We will remove this Y and in Y, place of Y, we will put IES. Okay? If our word ends with Y and it is having a consonant before the Y, at that time, we will remove that Y and put IES. So here it becomes story, stories, city. Here also I have remove this Y and put IES, so it becomes cities. Now the second, if your noun ends with Y and before the Y it is not having the consonant but it is having the vowel. You all know what are vowel? A, E, I, O, U. If you are having vowel, then what we will do? We will again cut this Y and put IES? No. At that time we will not cut this Y. We will just put S. So joy, J-O-Y, the last word is Y, but before the Y we are having the vowel, so we will just put S. So this should be in your mind कि दोनों में Y है, but there are different rules. If it is having consonant, we will put IES, removing the Y, and if it is having vowel, we will not remove this Y, just put S. Clear? Now the fifth rule. Noun ends in F or FE. What if the last word is either F or FE? At that time, what we will do? We will remove this F and we will put VES. What we will do? We will remove this F or FE and we will just put VES to make it plural. So loft will become lofts. Nouns ending in O having consonant before. That means a noun last word is O, but before the O we are having consonant. At that time we will just add ES. Potato, potatoes. After O we have written ES to make it plural. Tomatoes, potatoes, like this we can do. Seventh rule. Nouns form their plural by changing the vowels. There are few nouns which are having the vowels and we have to make it plural by changing that vowels only. Like foot, F-O-O-T will become F-E-E-T, feet. Mouse, mice, men, men, woman, woman. Like this we can change just the vowel of the noun and make it plural. You are making mistake in this, so be careful. Nouns form their plural by ending en or ren. Suppose we are talking about child. Child means we are talking about only one. Most of the students are writing child's putting s, but that is wrong. We have to write ren to make it plural. So child will become children. Children means a number of child, a group of a child. Ox, oxen. With this way we can make it plural. There is no hard and fast rule कि ये word इसी में होगा, but ये है आपको याद रखना है. Now, same for some nouns are used for plural as well as for singular, the same word. For example, sheep, deer, fish, hare. If we are talking about one, we will use sheep. If we are talking about more, then also we will use sheep only. So we in your mind that there are some nouns which are used for singular as well as for plural. But there are some words which are used always as a singular. If we are talking about plural also, then in that case only we will use the same word. For example, furniture, news. If we are talking about one news, then also we will say news. If we are talking about more news, then also we will say news. So there is no change in singular and plural. But how we come to know that we are talking about singular and plural? Because when we make it a sentence, we will use the helping verb which indicates that it is singular and plural. If I am using is, then it becomes singular, but if I am using are, then it becomes plural. So the helping verb indicates us that it is used for a singular or plural. Same case in always used as a plural. Cattle, scissors. If we are talking about one scissors, then also we will write scissors. If many, then also we will write scissors. But here again the helping verb will indicate whether it is a singular or plural, like is and are. Clear, student? These are the few rules of the formation of singular to plural. Please keep in mind. For example, for exercise, firstly we are not having books, so I am writing all the question and then answer. Now you have to do the exercise by yourself in the test book. Now not in the notebook, in the test book, and on Tuesday I will send you the answer. You have to check whether you have done or wrong. If it is wrong, then make it correct. I hope you understand all this thing. Thank you, students. Bye.